basically, Stuart Hogg was grinding my nose in the bottom of a ruck, knowing full well that I'd broken it the week before. And then I think I remember telling Chris Robshaw.
You say you tell the ref, he
So
keeps hitting me on the nose.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Billy Twelvetrees.
And I'm Johnny May. Let's go. A little bit tight, this one.
I recognise you in that shirt, John.
So this is my first Gloucester shirt. Probably a little bit skinnier, even skinnier than I am now. Back then, probably this would have been in 2009. And my debut was at Welford Road. You weren't actually playing that game. And I scored a try in this game, but it's a funny story because I actually dropped the ball going over the line.
Yeah.
And they didn't TMO it. So I was just quick to run back to...
In the Prem?
Yeah, in the Prem. Nice. Dropped it going over the line. They didn't TMO it, gave the try, and I just...
Relief.
Yeah.
I reckon the first time I came across you officially, maybe you knew me, but I didn't know you at the time.
Yeah.
It was my first year at Leicester, and I went on loan to Nottingham up the road. We were playing against Moseley at Meadow Lane. You were playing 13.
I would have been playing in the centre. So on that, Billy would have been playing in the Prem. You would have had a few games at that point, and I maybe hadn't. And I was playing for Moseley, and we're obviously playing Nottingham that week. And you look at their team sheet, and they've got Vesty playing Billy Twelvetrees. You're thinking, oh God, they're loaded with Prem players, and we're poor little old Moseley. But I think I was playing against you in the centre, wasn't I?
Yeah, I think I was playing 13. So yeah.
So I was like, bloody hell, Premiership player and Billy Twelvetrees. I think his first involvement, he dropped the ball, and then I was like, oh bloody hell, this must be a one-off. And then the second time, I was probably about to tackle him, and he dropped it twice in a row. But at that point, I was like, mate, you are I said that to him.
I remember him saying it. I remember you saying it as well.
And I've never. That's probably the only time I've ever talked crap in a game. And I think I learnt my lesson because. Come the 70th minute, he did catch one, and then he bumped me off, and then he scored.
I remember bumping him, scoring in the corner.
That's just karma, isn't it?
And now you've moved on, John.
Yeah, and you have, mate. Look at you go, mate. It's going pretty well for you.
Maybe debut against Scotland at Twickenham for the first game of the Six Nations. To play at Twickenham on my debut and win and manage to score a try. It all goes by in a flash, doesn't it? But I mean, the one thing I do remember is just running back from scoring a try and running back with Joe Launchbury, and he was just smiling, saying, "Well done, mate." And suddenly you heard your name on the tannoy, and then you realise my mum and dad, my wife was there, and my brothers, like everyone who's supported my career. And I was like, oh, it's like, a bit like you said about your Prem debut. It's quite cool, this. Tell us about yours.
So this is not my first cap, but it's my first try for England. Had a good start again to the season at Gloucester, so earned a start in the first game of the Autumn Internationals against New Zealand. And it was my 8th game, and I remember because the pressure to have a good game, but also as a winger, unfortunately that burden of having to score tries, even if you have the opportunity or don't, people are judging you to score a try. Thankfully, I got the ball off they kicked the ball, we two-passed it, and I just went for it, and it was a good try.
Mate, it was an absolute world.
It was a good one. People must think you must have been on top of the world and what a try and etc. But I was just thinking, thank God, that might have bought me an opportunity to play again next week.
Well, yeah, look back since, mate, have you, to be honest. Any regrets in an England shirt in 2014? Maybe the first game of 2014?
Any regrets?
Remember that game?
Which one?
France away.
Oh no, you talk about that one. It was my second cap, but my first proper one because everybody was available. We went away to Stade de France, and my first carry or something, Mike Brown kneed me in the face, and my nose was just straight across my face. It would not stop bleeding. The famous photo is the French doctors have a bit of a rep for, I don't know, they seem to think a sponge and some magic water will fix anything, but I remember the French doctor just put a bit of cotton wool on my nose and just strapped it around my face like that. So I'm sat in the stand like this, just thinking, what is going on? I've got basically my first England game, and now I'm sat on the bench with a strap around my face, looking miserable. Not sure what's just happened, but there's a picture of that, and then I think somebody's made a painting of that.
Our good friend Shane Monahan, wasn't it?
And now Joe Marler
framed it in his house. Boys found it funny because you were fit to go the next week, weren't
Yeah.
you? And you played up in Scotland. And what happened up in Scotland?
And
Because
then-
I think we won that game 24-0.
Yeah, we won that game.
But you were complaining.
Yeah, basically, Stuart Hogg was grinding my nose in the bottom of a ruck, knowing full well that I'd broken it the week before. And then I think I remember telling Chris Robshaw.
What do you tell the ref? He
So I
keeps hitting me on the nose.
Yeah. And then you learn quickly that probably isn't really how it works when you're 22 or 23, telling the captain to have a word with the ref because somebody's rubbing your nose.
Fast forward a few years.
Yeah. So we both remember this shirt.
The last official trophy this club's had in the recent era, I believe. Is that right?
And
Good memories, isn't it? Because we started well. I think I remember running a play where they hit you or hit me, and then you gave it back to me, and I went on the sticks.
I think we just went a tight bob. So who would have gone over the top? You might have gone over the top.
I remember,
So I've just got it narrow out the back and then gave you a 2-on-1 to go under the posts.
I was just myself. I'm going to get
Yeah.
to the line. Definitely the memory there,
yeah.
isn't it? Like winning a trophy when we were quite young in our careers. Then it's to not have won one since. It kind of
It just makes you realise how often they don't come about often, and they're special when they do happen. So grateful to have won a trophy with Gloucester.
Yeah.
All right, mate. Talk us through that one.
Yeah, a very significant shirt in my career. I was on tour with you in Argentina when I got the phone call. Well, Lanny got the phone call and I thought I was getting told off in his office. I remember being at breakfast that morning, and then he told me I was getting on a plane that afternoon to go to Australia and to play against the Brumbies on the Tuesday. So I was dumbfounded really about the situation, but I was initially a little bit gutted because he told me I couldn't play against Argentina in 2 days' time for England because I was starting at 12. So that was initially a bit frustrated, but then going out to Australia on my own, and I was there as a 23-year-old, played a bit for England, so I felt incredibly honoured to be there, and it was an amazing environment to be in. The squad was brilliant, and obviously they went on to win the series and to play a real small part of that, but being in a group and just be a sponge was massive. As a 23-year-old, amazing experience, John, and something that hopefully I look back on one day and be very proud of. But that shirt, that is that's one that you can always remember, surely.
So this is a special shirt, but mixed feelings. World Cup final 2019 against South Africa wasn't meant to be that day. Obviously very grateful to have experienced 2 World Cups, and they are just absolutely incredible experiences.
How were your nerves going into that game?
Jeez.
How was your hammy? Were you struggling a little bit?
Yeah, I was struggling a bit, but you find a way to get out there for a World Cup final. To be fair, we had a very, very good win against New Zealand the week before. That's probably
unbelievable, isn't it?
For me, one of the standout great English performances of all time, really.
Yeah, well, it was.
And we were very, very confident that we could go on and win the tournament, but South Africa do what they do. Stuck to their game plan, made it difficult for us, had a dominant scrum, and before you knew it, we were 15 points down and game was done, really. It's just such mixed feelings for me. And
opportunity missed, isn't it?
Opportunity missed, and what could have been and why didn't it? And some things you're never going to know. It's just part of your journey, and I think, Bill, like what Bill said, maybe one day when we finish, we'll have a bit more time to comprehend what the hell has happened. But it's such a crazy journey, and it's still moving very fast, and still lots to do, and you just hope that everything you go through you learn from and helps you improve and be a better person and a better rugby player.